It was supposed to be a routine deep space exploration mission for the young scientist, Ava, and her dedicated team. Little did they know that their lives were about to take an extraordinary turn. As their advanced survey vessel navigated the vast, uncharted regions of the galaxy, Ava's keen eyes scanned the data streaming in from the ship's sensors. Something caught her attention, an anomaly, unlike anything they had encountered before. "Captain, I'm detecting an unusual energy signature a few light years ahead," Ava announced, her voice tinged with excitement. "It doesn't match any known celestial bodies in our database." The captain, a seasoned veteran with a penchant for caution, considered Ava's findings. "Are you sure it's not some kind of sensor glitch?" he asked, his brow furrowed. Ava shook her head determinedly. "No, the readings are clear. There's something out there, and it's unlike anything we've ever seen." Intrigued, the captain gave the order to alter course and investigate the anomaly. As the survey vessel approached the coordinates, the crew gazed out the viewport in awe. Drifting silently in the void of space was an ancient, enigmatic vessel, its sleek, angular design unlike any spacecraft they had encountered before. Ava's heart raced as she studied the peculiar markings and intricate patterns that adorned the ship's hull. "Incredible," she murmured, her fingers dancing across the control panel as she initiated a thorough scan. "The energy signature is off the charts. This ship is operating on a completely different principle than our own technology." The captain remained cautious, but even he couldn't hide his growing fascination. "Can you make any sense of it?" he asked, his eyes fixed on the mysterious craft. Ava's brow furrowed in concentration as she pored over the data. "It's unlike anything in our databases. The propulsion system, the power source, it's all foreign to us. I've never seen anything like it." Excitement and trepidation battled within the crew as they debated the best course of action. Should they attempt to make contact, conduct a closer inspection, or should they err on the side of caution and maintain a safe distance? In the end, their curiosity won out, and the survey vessel cautiously approached the ancient ship. As they drew closer, Ava's eyes widened with wonder. "Captain, I'm detecting an energy signature that seems to be drawing power from another dimension," she reported, her voice tinged with disbelief. The captain's eyebrows shot up in surprise. "Another dimension? Are you sure about that, Ava?" Ava nodded, her fingers flying across the controls. "Yes, sir. The readings are clear. This ship is harnessing energy from a realm that exists beyond our known dimensions. It's revolutionary, but also—" She paused, her expression filled with uncertainty. "Unsettling." The crew exchanged uneasy glances, the weight of their discovery settling upon them. What kind of advanced civilization had created this vessel, and why had it been abandoned in the vastness of space? Ava's mind raced with the implications of their find. If they could unravel the secrets of the seventh-dimensional power source, it could transform the very nature of space exploration and propulsion. But the responsibility and potential dangers that came with such knowledge weighed heavily on her. As the survey vessel maintained a cautious distance, Ava and her team began the delicate process of studying the ancient craft, determined to unlock its mysteries. They knew that their discovery had the potential to change the course of history, but they also understood that they were treading on uncharted territory, where the boundaries of the known universe seemed to blur. The moment Ava had first detected the anomaly, a spark had ignited within her, fueling her insatiable curiosity. Now, as she gazed upon the enigmatic vessel, she couldn't help but wonder what other wonders and perils might lie hidden among the stars, waiting to be uncovered. Back on their home planet, Ava and her team of scientists found themselves in a race against time as they worked tirelessly to decipher the mysteries of the ancient seventh-dimensional craft. Excitement and apprehension mingled within the research facility as news of the discovery spread. The scientific community was divided. Some hailed it as a groundbreaking revelation, while others viewed the project with skepticism, questioning the validity of Ava's findings. "This is unlike anything we've ever encountered before," Ava explained during a tense meeting with the Oversight Committee. The power source of this ship is derived from a dimension that exists beyond our current understanding of the universe. If we can unlock its secrets, it could revolutionize space travel as we know it. The committee members exchanged uncertain glances, their brows furrowed in a mix of fascination and concern. "You're telling us that this vessel taps into an entirely new realm of energy?" one of the committee members asked, his voice laced with skepticism. "Forgive us for being skeptical, but such claims seem rather far-fetched, don't you think?" Ava took a deep breath, her gaze unwavering. "I know it sounds unbelievable, but the evidence is clear. The readings we've taken are unlike anything in our databases. This ship operates on a completely different principle, one that we've never encountered before." Another committee member leaned forward, his eyes narrowed. "And you're certain this seventh-dimensional power source is safe? What if it poses a threat to our civilization?" Ava hesitated, her confidence faltering for a moment. "To be honest, we're still trying to fully understand the implications, but I can assure you, we're taking every precaution to ensure the safety of our research. This could be a game-changer for us, but we need your support to continue our investigation." The committee members exchanged weighted glances, the gravity of the situation palpable in the air. After a tense moment of deliberation, they reluctantly agreed to grant Ava and her team the resources they needed to further their research. With renewed determination, Ava and her colleagues dove headfirst into the daunting task of deciphering the ancient vessel's technology. They pored over every inch of the craft, meticulously analyzing the data collected during the initial survey mission. The breakthrough came when Ava's lead engineer, a brilliant young woman named Lena, made a startling discovery. "Ava, I think I've found the key to unlocking the ship's propulsion system," Lena announced, her eyes alight with excitement. "The energy source seems to be tapping into a previously unknown dimension, one that operates on a higher plane of existence." Ava's heart raced as she listened to Lena's explanation, her mind whirling with the implications. "If we can harness this power, it could change the face of space exploration forever," she murmured, her fingers tapping thoughtfully on the console. The team worked tirelessly, driven by the thrill of their groundbreaking discovery. Weeks turned into months as they gradually unraveled the complexities of the seventh-dimensional technology, their understanding deepening with every breakthrough. But as they inched closer to unlocking the full potential of the ancient craft, Ava couldn't shake the nagging feeling that they were treading on dangerous ground. What if the power they were about to unleash was beyond their comprehension? What if the consequences of their actions were far-reaching and catastrophic? Still, the allure of the unknown was too powerful to resist. Ava and her team pressed on, determined to push the boundaries of human knowledge and capability. Little did they know that their actions were about to set in motion a series of events that would forever change the course of galactic history. After months of painstaking research and heated debates, Ava and her team finally received the green light to test the seventh-dimensional ship's capabilities. The anticipation within the research facility was palpable as they prepared for the historic maiden voyage. "This is it, everyone," Ava announced, addressing the assembled crew. "We've spent countless hours studying and deciphering the secrets of this ancient vessel. Now it's time to put our findings to the test." The team members exchanged excited glances, their eyes shining with a mixture of trepidation and exhilaration. They knew that the success of this mission could potentially rewrite the very foundations of space exploration. Ava took a deep breath, her gaze sweeping across the faces of her colleagues. "I won't lie to you. There are still many unknowns when it comes to the seventh-dimensional technology. We've done our best to anticipate and mitigate any potential risks, but you all need to be prepared for the unexpected." A hush fell over the room as the gravity of the situation sank in. Ava's words were a sobering reminder that they were venturing into uncharted territory, where the boundaries of the known universe seemed to blur. However, Ava continued, her voice firm and resolute. "I have complete faith in each and every one of you. Together, we will make history." The crew responded with a renewed sense of determination, their doubts and fears pushed to the back of their minds. They knew the risks, but the allure of the unknown was simply too powerful to resist. As the seventh-dimensional ship lifted off, the tension in the air was palpable. Ava and her team watched anxiously from the control room, their eyes glued to the various displays that monitored the vessel's vital systems. Suddenly, a wave of awe swept through the room as the ship accelerated at an unprecedented rate, its propulsion system harnessing the power of the seventh dimension in a way that defied all previous understanding of space travel. Unbelievable, Ava breathed, her fingers flying across the console as she meticulously recorded the readings. The vessel is moving at a velocity we've never seen before, and the energy output is off the charts. The crew members exchanged disbelieving glances, their mouths agape as they watched the ship's progress on the screens. The very laws of physics seemed to bend to the will of the seventh-dimensional technology. As the vessel ventured deeper into the void of space, Ava and her team held their collective breath, waiting for any sign of trouble. But to their amazement, the ship's systems remained stable, its performance exceeding even their wildest expectations. "Captain, we're detecting an energy signature that's unlike anything we've ever encountered," one of the technicians reported, his voice tinged with excitement. "It's as if the ship is tapping into a previously unknown realm of the universe." Ava's heart raced as she studied the readings, her mind racing with the implications of their discovery. "This is incredible," she murmured, her eyes shining with wonder. "If we can harness this power, it could revolutionize space exploration as we know it." The maiden voyage continued without incident, the seventh-dimensional ship navigating the cosmos with an ease that left the crew in a state of awe. When the vessel finally returned to their home planet, Ava and her team were greeted with a hero's welcome, their accomplishments hailed as a triumph of human ingenuity and scientific prowess. But as the euphoria of their success began to fade, Ava couldn't shake the nagging feeling that they had only scratched the surface of the seventh-dimensional technology's true potential. What other wonders and potential dangers might this ancient vessel hold? With a renewed sense of purpose, Ava and her team set to work, determined to unravel the deepest secrets of the seventh dimension. They knew that the path they had chosen was paved with uncertainty, but the promise of unlocking the mysteries of the universe was too alluring to ignore. As the seventh-dimensional ship stood ready for its next journey, Ava couldn't help but wonder what other revelations, and perhaps even greater challenges, lay in store for them. The future had never seemed so uncertain, and yet so full of possibility. News of the seventh-dimensional ship's groundbreaking capabilities spread rapidly throughout the galaxy, igniting a flurry of fascination and suspicion among the various factions and civilizations. Ava and her team found themselves at the center of a whirlwind of attention, their every move scrutinized by intergalactic observers. Some viewed their discovery as a remarkable achievement, a testament to the ingenuity of the human race. Others, however, saw it as a potential threat to the delicate balance of power that had existed for centuries. This technology could change the very fabric of the galaxy as we know it, warned a prominent leader from a rival civilization. "We cannot allow a single species to monopolize such a profound power." Tension began to simmer as different galactic powers jockeyed for control over the seventh-dimensional technology. Diplomatic channels hummed with heated negotiations, each side vying for the opportunity to harness the ship's extraordinary capabilities. Ava and her team found themselves caught in the middle of this political maelstrom, their focus unwavering despite the mounting pressure. They knew that the implications of their discovery were far-reaching, and they were determined to ensure that the seventh-dimensional power was used responsibly and for the benefit of all. "We're not interested in empire building or galactic domination," Ava declared during a tense meeting with a delegation from a neighboring system. "Our goal is to advance the cause of scientific exploration and understanding. This technology belongs to all of us." Her words, however, fell on deaf ears. The rival civilization representatives remained unconvinced, their eyes narrowed with suspicion. "Your intentions may be noble, but we cannot ignore the potential for misuse," one of them countered, his voice dripping with disdain. "We will be keeping a close eye on your activities." As the political tensions escalated, Ava and her team found themselves the targets of covert operations and espionage. Attempts were made to infiltrate their research facilities, and their communications were constantly under scrutiny. It's as if the entire galaxy is holding its breath, waiting to see what we'll do next. Lina, Ava's trusted engineer, remarked one evening as they pored over the latest security reports. Ava nodded, her brow furrowed with concern. "I'm afraid that's exactly the case. We're sitting on a powder keg, and any misstep could have catastrophic consequences." The team worked tirelessly to bolster their defenses, employing the latest in security protocols and counterintelligence measures. But they knew that the real battle was not one of technology, but of diplomacy and strategic maneuvering. As the political pressure mounted, Ava found herself summoned to a closed-door meeting with the highest-ranking officials of her government. The message was clear: the fate of the seventh dimensional technology, and perhaps even the future of their entire civilization, rested on her shoulders. "The galaxy is watching our every move," Ava, the head of state, declared, his voice grave. "We cannot afford any mistakes. You and your team must tread carefully, or the consequences could be devastating." Ava's heart pounded in her chest as she listened to the weighty words. The responsibility felt like a crushing burden, but she knew that backing down was not an option. The future of her people, and perhaps even the entire galaxy, hung in the balance. With a steely resolve, Ava vowed to navigate the treacherous political landscape with the utmost care and diplomacy. She would do whatever it took to protect the seventh dimensional technology from falling into the wrong hands, even if it meant making difficult decisions that would test the limits of her moral compass. As she returned to her team, Ava knew that the road ahead would be fraught with challenges and uncertainty, but with the unwavering support of her colleagues and the knowledge that the fate of the galaxy rested on their shoulders, she was determined to succeed, no matter the cost. The galactic community's fascination with Ava and her team's groundbreaking seventh-dimensional technology only continued to grow, and it soon became clear that the fate of the entire galaxy hung in the balance. Recognizing the profound implications of this revolutionary power source, Ava's government moved swiftly to invest heavily in replicating and expanding the capabilities of the seventh-dimensional ships. "This is our chance to lead the way in a new era of space exploration and discovery," the head of state declared, his voice brimming with confidence. "We must act decisively to capitalize on this technological breakthrough, for the sake of our people and the future of the galaxy." Ava found herself at the center of this ambitious initiative, tasked with overseeing the construction of a fleet of seventh-dimensional vessels and training a new generation of pilots to helm them. The young scientist's heart swelled with pride as she watched the first of the new ships take to the stars, their sleek, angular frames cutting through the void with unparalleled speed and precision. "This is just the beginning," Ava told her team, her eyes shining with excitement. "With these ships, we'll be able to venture deeper into the unknown than ever before, unlocking secrets that could transform the very fabric of our existence." As the fleet began to take shape, Ava and her team worked tirelessly to refine the seventh-dimensional technology, pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible. They explored uncharted regions of space, making incredible discoveries that captivated the imaginations of beings across the galaxy. The seventh-dimensional ships quickly became the cornerstones of a new era of exploration and scientific advancement, their capabilities far surpassing anything that had come before. Ava and her crew were hailed as heroes, their names etched into the annals of galactic history. But with power and fame came greater responsibility, and Ava found herself navigating a treacherous political landscape as rival factions vied for access to the seventh-dimensional technology. "We can't keep the rest of the galaxy at bay forever," Lina warned one evening, her brow furrowed with concern. "Sooner or later, we'll have to decide how to share this technology, and the consequences of that decision could be catastrophic." Ava nodded, her expression grave. "I know, Lina. But we can't afford to let the seventh dimensional ships fall into the wrong hands. The stakes are too high. As the fleet continued to grow, Ava and her team faced a daunting challenge. Training a new generation of pilots capable of harnessing the power of the seventh dimension. The learning curve was steep, and the risks were immense, but Ava was determined to ensure that the next wave of explorers would be up to the task. "This technology is a double-edged sword," she told the cadets during their orientation. "It has the potential to revolutionize space travel and open up unimaginable possibilities. But it also comes with grave responsibilities. You must be prepared to face the unknown, to navigate the treacherous political landscape, and to make decisions that could shape the course of the galaxy." The young pilots listened with rapt attention, their eyes shining with a mix of fear and determination. They knew that they were embarking on a journey unlike any other, one that would test the limits of their skills and their resolve. As the fleet continued to expand, Ava couldn't help but feel a sense of both pride and trepidation. The seventh dimensional technology had the power to transform the galaxy, but it also came with the weight of immense responsibility. She knew that the decisions they made in the days and weeks to come would echo through the ages, and she was determined to ensure that their legacy would be one of exploration, discovery, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. As the fleet of seventh-dimensional ships continued to explore the vast expanse of the galaxy, an ominous silence began to settle over the cosmos. One by one, the communication channels between distant outposts and colonies went dark, leaving Ava and her team perplexed and deeply concerned. "Something's wrong," Ava murmured, her brow furrowed as she pored over the latest reports. "We've lost contact with numerous systems, and the distress signals have stopped coming in." The rest of the crew exchanged uneasy glances, the weight of the situation sinking in. "Do you think it could be a system malfunction?" one of the junior officers ventured, her voice tinged with uncertainty. Ava shook her head, her expression grim. "No, I don't believe that's the case. The silence is too complete, too deliberate. Something out there is causing this, and I fear we may have unwittingly disturbed a delicate cosmic balance." Steeling herself, Ava ordered a fleet of seventh-dimensional ships to be dispatched to the affected regions, their mission to investigate the cause of the unsettling silence and, if possible, re-establish contact with the missing colonies. As the vessels navigated the void of space, the crew members found themselves gripped by a sense of unease that they had never experienced before. The vastness of the cosmos, once filled with the bustling sounds of galactic life, now seemed to press in on them, oppressive and suffocating. "It's as if the very laughter of the galaxy has been silenced," Lena murmured, her eyes haunted. Ava could only nod in agreement, her heart heavy with the weight of the unknown. When the seventh-dimensional ships finally reached the coordinates of the missing colonies, the crew members were met with a sight that chilled them to the core. Where vibrant settlements had once stood, there was now nothing but vast, lifeless expanses of space. "What could have done this?" one of the pilots whispered, his voice trembling. Ava swallowed hard, her mind racing with the implications. "I'm afraid we're about to find out," she replied, her voice steely with determination. Pushing forward, the seventh-dimensional ships ventured deeper into the unknown, their sensors probing the darkness for any clues. And then, a startling discovery. The readings they were detecting suggested the presence of an ancient, powerful civilization, one that had been dormant for eons, until now. Ava's blood ran cold as she realized the full extent of their discovery. "We've awakened them," she breathed, her hands gripping the console with white-knuckled intensity. "The silence, it's not a malfunction. It's a prelude to something far more terrible." The crew members exchanged horrified glances, the gravity of the situation sinking in. They had stumbled upon a cosmic secret that had remained hidden for millennia. And in doing so, they had unwittingly unleashed a force that could potentially tear the galaxy apart. As the seventh-dimensional ships turned back, their journey now laced with a palpable sense of dread. Ava knew that the laughter of the galaxy had been silenced for a reason. The ancient civilization they had disturbed was not amused, and the price they might have to pay for their hubris could be unimaginably high. As the fleet of seventh-dimensional ships returned to their home planet, the weight of their discovery hung heavy in the air. Ava and her team knew that they were on the precipice of a cataclysmic event, one that could potentially shatter the delicate balance of power that had existed in the galaxy for eons. "We've uncovered something that was never meant to be found," Ava told the gathered officials, her voice grave. "The ancient civilization we've awakened is unlike anything we've ever encountered before. Their power is beyond our comprehension, and they do not seem amused by our technological advancements." The room fell silent, the leaders exchanging uneasy glances as Ava's words sank in. "What are the implications of this discovery?" one of the officials finally asked, his brow furrowed with concern. Ava took a deep breath, steeling herself for the difficult truth. "The implications are grave. We've unwittingly disturbed a cosmic balance, and the consequences could be devastating. This ancient civilization is not to be trifled with." Lena, Ava's trusted engineer, stepped forward, her expression grim. "Based on our preliminary findings, we believe this civilization has the capability to wipe out entire star systems with ease. Their technology is unlike anything we've ever seen, and they possess a level of mastery over the seventh dimension that surpasses our own." The room erupted in a flurry of frantic whispers and murmurs, the officials grappling with the enormity of the threat they now faced. Ava raised a hand, silencing the commotion. "We must act quickly and with utmost caution. We need to delve deeper into the mysteries of the seventh dimension, to understand its true nature and the implications of harnessing its power." The officials nodded, their expressions grim. "What do you propose?" one of them asked, his voice tinged with apprehension. "We need to expand our research efforts," Ava replied, her eyes narrowing with determination. "We must uncover every possible advantage, every bit of knowledge that could give us an edge in the coming confrontation. Time is of the essence, and we cannot afford to make any mistakes." The officials exchanged weighted glances, the gravity of the situation palpable in the air. They knew that the fate of their civilization, and perhaps the entire galaxy, rested on the shoulders of Ava and her team. "Very well," the head of state announced, his voice resolute. "You have our full support. Spare no expense, and do whatever it takes to prepare us for the impending storm." Ava nodded, her expression hardening with resolve. "We won't let you down," she vowed, her mind already racing with the monumental task ahead. As the meeting adjourned, Ava and her team hurried back to the research facility, their hearts pounding with a mix of fear and determination. The weight of their responsibility had never felt heavier, but they knew that failure was not an option. Ava's eyes narrowed as she studied the data they had gathered, her fingers flying across the console. "We need to understand the true nature of the seventh dimension and how it can be harnessed to our advantage," she murmured, her voice taut with tension. Lena nodded, her brow furrowed in deep thought. "If we can unlock the secrets of the seventh dimension, we may be able to find a way to counter the threat posed by this ancient civilization." The team worked tirelessly, driven by the weight of their responsibility and the knowledge that the fate of the galaxy hung in the balance. As they delved deeper into the mysteries of the seventh dimension, Ava couldn't help but feel a growing sense of unease. What if the power they were about to unleash was beyond their control? What if, in their quest to protect their civilization, they had unleashed forces that could ultimately lead to its downfall? The questions lingered, a dark cloud hovering over their efforts, as the team raced against time to prepare for the coming storm. The air crackled with tension as the fleet of seventh-dimensional ships prepared to face the impending threat of the ancient alien civilization. Ava and her team had worked tirelessly to decipher the secrets of the seventh dimension, desperate to find a way to turn the tide in their favor. "This is it, everyone," Ava addressed the assembled crew, her voice steady despite the underlying tremor of fear. "We've done all we can to prepare, but we know the odds are against us. Whatever happens out there, remember that the fate of our civilization, and perhaps the entire galaxy, rests on our shoulders." The pilots exchanged solemn glances, their expressions resolute. They knew the risks, but the fire of determination burned brightly in their eyes. They were prepared to give everything they had to protect their home and the people they loved. As the seventh-dimensional ships launched into the void of space, the sight of the enemy's vast armada looming on the horizon sent a chill down Ava's spine. The sheer scale of the alien forces was overwhelming, their technology seemingly beyond anything the human race had ever encountered. "They're powering up their weapons," Lena reported, her fingers flying across the console. "Their energy readings are off the charts. We've never seen anything like this before." Ava's jaw tightened, her mind racing with a flurry of tactical calculations. "Initiate evasive maneuvers and prepare to engage," she ordered, her voice betraying no hint of the doubt that gnawed at her heart. The seventh-dimensional ships responded with lightning-fast agility, their advanced propulsion systems allowing them to dodge and weave through the enemy's barrage of energy blasts. But for every vessel they managed to evade, two more seemed to take its place, the alien forces relentless in their assault. Ava watched with bated breath as her crew fought with a desperate tenacity, their innovative tactics and the sheer power of the seventh-dimensional technology keeping them in the fight. But she knew that the battle could not be won through sheer skill and determination alone. "We need to find a way to turn the tide," she said, her eyes narrowing in concentration. "There must be a weakness we can exploit, something that can give us the upper hand." Lena's expression suddenly shifted, a glimmer of hope flickering in her gaze. "Ava, I think I've found it," she exclaimed, her voice tinged with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. "The seventh dimension. It's the key to unlocking a level of power that could tip the balance in our favor." Ava's heart raced as she listened to Lena's explanation, the implications of her discovery dawning on her. "But the risks," she murmured, her brow furrowed with concern. Lena nodded solemnly, her expression grave. "I know, Ava. The consequences could be catastrophic, but if we don't act now, we may not have a future to protect." Ava's jaw tightened, her mind made up. "Then let's do it," she said, her voice resolute. "We've come too far to give up now." As the seventh-dimensional ships engaged in a desperate, high-stakes battle against the overwhelming alien forces, Ava and her team executed their daring plan. The very fabric of the cosmos seemed to bend and twist as they harnessed the power of the seventh dimension, unleashing a devastating attack that caught the enemy off guard. The battle raged on, the outcome hanging in the balance as both sides fought with a ferocity born of desperation. And then, in a moment that seemed to stretch on for eternity, Ava made the ultimate sacrifice, her actions tipping the scales in humanity's favor, but at a terrible personal cost. As the dust settled and the shattered remnants of the alien armada drifted in the void, a solemn silence fell over the survivors. They had won, but the price they had paid was unimaginably high. And as they gazed upon the devastation that surrounded them, they knew that the galaxy would never be the same. In the aftermath of the cataclysmic battle, the galaxy stood in awe of Ava's sacrifice and the bravery of her crew. The human race's triumph over the ancient alien civilization was hailed as a turning point in the history of the cosmos, a testament to the indomitable spirit of exploration and the pursuit of knowledge. Ava's name became synonymous with the power and responsibility of the seventh-dimensional technology, her legend etched into the annals of galactic history. The seventh-dimensional ships, once seen as harbingers of a new age of discovery, were now revered as the cornerstones of a transformed galaxy, their capabilities a symbol of hope and unity among the diverse civilizations that inhabited the stars. Lena, Ava's trusted engineer, found herself thrust into the role of a reluctant leader, tasked with navigating the complex political landscape that had emerged in the wake of the conflict. She knew that the decisions she made in the days and weeks to come would shape the future of the galaxy, and the weight of that responsibility weighed heavily upon her. "Ava gave everything to protect us, to protect the galaxy," Lena said, her voice thick with emotion, as she addressed the gathered representatives from across the cosmos. Now, it is our duty to honor her sacrifice by using this technology responsibly to forge a new era of cooperation and understanding. The attending officials exchanged solemn nods, their expressions reflecting the gravity of the situation. They understood that the seventh-dimensional ships were no longer merely a technological marvel, but a symbol of the fragility and resilience of the galaxy itself. As the fleet of seventh-dimensional vessels continued to explore the vastness of space, Lena and her team made it their mission to share the knowledge they had gained, to bridge the gap between civilizations, and foster a new era of exploration and scientific advancement. The once skeptical galactic powers now sought to align themselves with the human race, recognizing the immense potential of the seventh-dimensional technology and the wisdom that Ava's team had demonstrated in its wielding. "We've come a long way from the days when we were viewed with suspicion and fear," Lena mused, her gaze fixed on the vast expanse of the cosmos. "Now the galaxy looks to us as leaders, as visionaries who can guide them into a future they never thought possible." Yet, despite the accolades and the newfound respect, Lena couldn't help but feel a lingering sense of trepidation. The power they held in their hands was immense, and the responsibility that came with it was a heavy burden to bear. "What if we make a mistake?" she confided to one of her trusted advisors. "What if in our quest to explore the unknown, we awaken something even more dangerous than what we've already encountered?" Her companion nodded solemnly, his brow furrowed with concern. "It's a risk we must be prepared to face, Lena. The seventh-dimensional technology has the power to transform the galaxy, but it also carries with it the potential for great destruction." Lena sighed, her gaze drifting to the portrait of Ava that hung in the command center, a constant reminder of the sacrifices that had been made. "Ava would have wanted us to forge ahead, to continue the work she started," Lena murmured, her voice tinged with determination. "And that's exactly what we're going to do, with caution, with wisdom, and with the unwavering resolve to shape a future that honors her legacy." As the seventh-dimensional ships ventured forth, their crews filled with a renewed sense of purpose, Lena couldn't help but feel a glimmer of hope. The galaxy had been transformed, and while the path ahead was uncertain, she knew that Ava's spirit would guide them, lighting the way to a new era of exploration, discovery, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge.